Hello everyone. Do you know what are the 10 common mistakes made during negotiation? Well, that's exactly the topic for discussion in your journey of honing the negotiation skills. Welcome back to your channel, The Art of Negotiation. By now, you know that negotiation is a complex process, and even experienced negotiators can make mistakes that can derail the negotiation. By avoiding these mistakes, you can improve your chances of achieving successful negotiation outcome. So let's dwell in. Here are 10 key common mistakes during negotiation. The first key mistake, lack of preparation. It can have a significant impact on the negotiation outcome. Not researching to the other party's interest and need can lead to a disadvantage in the negotiation. Not preparing and understanding what is supply market, what is balance of power, what are needs and interests of the other party, what is the extent of competition and the options available, understanding your own BATNA are crucially important. So, a common key mistake is not preparing and understanding this before approaching the negotiation. The second key mistake is failing to listen. Failing to listen to the other party's needs and concerns can often derail the negotiation and can lead to unsatisfactory outcome. It is important to listen and pick up the right signals. Let me give you an example of failing to listen or not picking up signals or clues. A salesperson indicates during conversation to you, well, normally we don't give any discounts, or it is against our company policy to offer any discounts. Now, if you don't listen to that statement properly and accept it on a face value, you could derail your negotiation. Failing to listen is not picking up the signal that when he's saying normally or it is not our policy, can there be exceptions? What are the circumstances which will make him to offer that discount? You have to listen to that carefully and follow it up with right probing questions. But if you take that comment on a face value and not listen carefully, you will not be able to drive negotiation the way you want. So, lack of flexibility. Lack of flexibility can lead to a stalemate or deadlock in the negotiation. Being open to new ideas and solutions can often lead to more successful outcome. Not internalizing that negotiation is all about give and take, trading needs, showing flexibility, adaptability, and problem-solving approach are common mistakes made during the negotiation. The next key mistake is not understanding your BATNA, which is best alternative to negotiated agreement. Now that can lead to accepting suboptimal solution. If you are not prepared in terms of what is the competitive scenario or what are the options available, you will not be able to arrive at your own BATNA, and that could lead to suboptimal solution. Very often, accepting and agreeing to the first concession made by the other party is another key mistake that people make during the negotiation. Lack of focus is another key mistake. Lack of focus can lead to wasting time and resources and ultimately lead to a negative outcome. Not having clear idea about what are good to have and what are must to have, also what are the negotiation objectives and priorities is often a key mistake made during the negotiation. Negotiating with wrong person is the next key mistake. Negotiating with wrong person can lead to misunderstanding of the other party's needs and intentions and can lead to an unsatisfactory outcome. It is important to understand and be clear that the person with whom you are negotiating has an authority to commit on behalf of the company. Let me give you an example. As a salesperson, during the negotiation process, you offer and make every possible concession that you can. Okay? And the buyer at the end of the discussion says, well, it's good that you made those offer, but you know what? I don't have authority to commit and I need to go back to my boss. Guess what happens? His boss comes to the discussion and starts with those concessions as a starting point. So it is important to understand that you are negotiating with the right person, or failing to understand that you are negotiating with the right person is often a key mistake made. Not considering the cultural differences is the next one. Now this can have misunderstanding and negative outcome. This becomes more important, especially if you are working for a global company or negotiating cross-culturally. Let me give you some examples. As part of informal opening, discussion during negotiation, you are negotiating with the person from the United States. And you certainly can't be talking about cricket as a sports, because that's not a common sports that is followed over there. So if you're talking about sports like cricket to him, that's a wrong move over there. In Japanese culture, if somebody is responding to you like this, does not necessarily mean that he's agreeing to you. All it means he is listening to you. In certain European culture, a response like, well, that sounds interesting, means a loaded comment, and it needs to be understood in the perspective. So not understanding the cultural differences or cultural nuances can be another key mistake often made during the negotiation. Rushing to close the deal is the next key mistake. Rushing to close the deal can lead to accepting suboptimal term and negative outcome. Showing anxiety, frustration, or demonstrating that you are under pressure or desperation to close the deal is often a key mistake made during the negotiation. Making assumptions is the next key mistake. Making assumptions about the other party's needs, interest, or intentions can lead to misunderstanding and negative outcome. While it is a good practice as a part of preparation phase to research on the needs and interests of the other party, making assumptions without asking the right probing question is certainly not a good habit or a good practice, and often a key mistake made during the negotiation. The next one, and this is very important, is not managing emotions. Letting emotions such as anger, frustration, or anxiety affect the negotiation process can derail the negotiation and lead to negative negotiation outcome. Failing to maintain certain composure or a body language, or not creating a climate of trust and mutual respect are often key mistakes. Allowing that three-letter word EGO come into play during negotiation process is another biggest mistake made. So I hope these 10 key mistakes commonly made during negotiations, you have found them insightful. So next time when you are negotiating, be mindful of these 10 mistakes and try and avoid them. Happy negotiating.